Oh, hello there and welcome back to the Black Lodge. It's me, David, Drinkswhisky, here for another episode of For Me or No For Me. By now you should be getting into the swing of things. Basically this is a review video that's not really a review. It's me having a drink, telling you, is it for me or is it no for me in terms of my palate and what I like. It is not, as I said, a critical review. It is not by any means for you to rush out and buy it or for you to not buy it. It's purely based on my palate and what I like, and hopefully as this series progresses, maybe you'll align, maybe you won't, maybe you'll go, actually everything he says is and the opposite. So if he says it's for him, I'm not going to have it. So today we are here for another one of the staples that floats about the world of whiskey, that is quite easily available, I would say. You probably see it in duty free as well. When you go on holiday, you could probably get it worldwide. So I think it's quite a nice one to try. It's something I've not had for a while, so I'm coming in a little bit dark to it. I probably should have done a wee bit of research before it, but we're doing it purely based on palate, and that is going to be Double Black, Johnnie Walker. A rich, intense, smoky blend containing whiskey matured in deep charred old oak casks. 40%. Now I am going to presume they're going to really try and push through with the smoke in this one compared to Black Label. I am going to presume that it's going to be a lot drier if they are talking about deep charred old oak casks. They're probably knackered casks, maybe not. Outside of that, I don't know. I think your general punter would think Double Black and they would see rich, intense, smoky. They're expecting a bit of a smoke bomb. So I'm really intrigued to see how this goes. And you can see this bottle's been opened, but it was opened a while ago. So it's been, I can't really remember what it's like. Colour, quite standard colour. I'm really not getting deep smoky on the nose, but maybe my nose is a bit out of whack. I'm just getting the kind of cereal notes, I'm getting a kind of lightness. I'm not getting any smoke. I'm getting a bit of fruitiness. A bit of kind of like orangey greeny fruit. Really trying to get something out of this. Nah, fine. On for the taste. Much smokier than the Black Label. So it delivers on that. There's a smokiness to it. The finish, it disappears really quick. Disappears really quickly. Dry finish on the tongue once the tongue is coated. Bit tannic. Feeling it at the front of the mouth now, the dryness coming in. A little bit more intense on the flavour front compared to the Black Label. It is, coats the mouth. I'm just trying to think when I would have that. Like, what is this for? When is this to drink? Because as I said, I think traditional Black Label, you would have weddings, funerals, christenings, parties, in the house, in a pub with a beer. You can have it like anywhere. This has got a little bit more depth to it, and I think maybe they're aiming this towards someone that is sitting in front of a fire. Maybe they're aiming this towards someone that's trying to maybe up kind of the next step of their whiskey journey and getting into stuff. I'm going to let me look up, just being rude, I'm going to look up the price of Double Black, because I don't actually know. 37, 34, 37 £. I think if you're at this stage with Double Black, I'd maybe just buy a bottle of Kalila. Like your standard bottle of Kalila, because there's a lot of that in that. And if you're looking for the, oh god, that shows you how long it's been since I looked at this. I'd probably buy the Kalila. If I'm honest, if I'm at that stage, if I'm ready to step up, which is what happens, most whiskey beginners, let's say on their journey of whiskey enthusiasm, or whiskey hobby, or collecting whiskey, or whatever you want to call it, will start with probably a Johnnie Walker, or they might start with like a Jura, or Glenfiddich, or Glenmorangie, like something that's supermarket readily available. And then normally what happens is you discover independent bottles if you're getting into it, and normally what it used to be Kalila, there's tons of Kalila, and you go down that path.
And I think I would probably prefer to get a bottle of Kalila than that, for that price. Saying that, getting a bottle of Kalila for 36 quid these days is quite tough. But back to the whiskey, it's pleasant. It's a wee bit heavy in terms of the moorishness and the quaffability of it compared to your regular black label. I think the grain in that there's a wee bit more alcohol going on, and then there's a sweetness at the front that lingers, like a treacle sweetness to it. For me or no for me? No for me, to be fair. I don't think I must have bought this a long time ago. I've no rush to finish it, and I've been no rush to replace it. It's no for me. I would rather have a bottle of Kalila if I could get one at that price, or probably just the standard black label. But it is definitely, I would definitely say it is the next step of a journey of evolution if you're in that stage. If you're well past it and you get it as a bottle, as a gift, I'm sure you'd drink it, you'd be fine with it. But for me, or no for me, it's no for me. Cheers.